Charlie Perdios, you are a 5-branch North London estate agent, award-winning. You recently left Rightmove, but then came back. Why?
That's right. So, during lockdown, and obviously what happened afterwards, certain suppliers reacted in different ways. At the time, I didn't feel Rightmove's offer was good enough to the industry.
That was the deferred payment one, was it? Or the 75%?
The first one, the deferred payment. I felt that they should have given more support to the industry. I'll be honest and say it. I think if anyone could support the industry at that time, it was Rightmove. Now that they're a business, they need to make money. I understand that, but there's a lot of small suppliers that don't have the margins they had, and they gave a lot more. So I didn't feel it was correct, and I felt like I wanted to make a stance against that, and I felt like it was a little too late for when the reduced version came in. Although I think they did well to change quickly, they did listen to the industry, so I applaud them on that. We'd already made the decision to leave. We weren't getting inquiries at the time anyway, so I didn't think it was a big problem. Now, the problem is we weren't prepared. So as an agency, we weren't prepared enough to actually leave Rightmove. Okay?
You didn't have a plan as a backup or as an alternative?
We had a loose plan, I would say,
okay.
And we tried to implement that.
But you got coronavirus at the time, so how could you be?
I did have coronavirus, and this was and probably I was probably a little bit more sensitive at the time as well. So I thought, you know what, sod this, I'm making a stance. This was
You're right.
So it was probably a bit dramatic.
So you had your notice in, F off Rightmove, you left.
Yeah, I did try and negotiate with them.
Okay. Yeah. That don't work, does it?
Not really. And I was always constantly speaking to them. And I didn't. And even when I left, I said, look, I'm going to leave, but I'm not saying I'm never coming back. I did leave the door open, and then I looked at the situation. And the reason we came back.
When did you come back?
So we came back probably a couple of months later. Okay. So we were off it for 2 months.
So did you go back just as the market was reopening at the end of May?
Yeah. Okay. So to be honest, it was perfect timing for us because we didn't really lose much. But I was of the opinion that they were going to discount for a longer period. So I wanted to take advantage of that discount. And as soon as we came off, all the agents in our areas were like, oh, yeah, Anthony Pepe have come off Rightmove. That was their pitch. And although we tried to, we gave the guys training, we had them on, on Zooms, telling them what to say, objections, in reality, we didn't give them enough time, and we just thrust them into a situation which I feel they were not prepared enough to deal with. So it was a bit unfair at the time. We needed probably more notice to actually have a real plan of action. So I would say to someone, if they're looking at doing that, you have to have a real plan of action, and you have to have a solution. And there are solutions out there, but it's not as easy as people think. Yes, you can do brilliantly on social media, and you can create leads. And in this day and age, I don't think people cultivate or look after their leads enough anyway. No. So the argument is, well, why do you need to be on all the portals? You're not even dealing with all the leads correctly anyway. Mm-hmm. If you look at Property Academy's reports, when they say people are only answering 50% of leads, well, you might as well be on one portal. If you're only answering 50% of leads, what you really need to do is answer 100% of the leads on the portal you're on. So that was my opinion of it.
What do you think the solutions are? Because again, there's two angles for portals. The first one is making sure that you're not losing listings. The other one is getting the property sold. And obviously there's three actually. Then how do you get more free val leads because of it? Should you let's go backwards. Should you rely on the portals to get your free val leads?
We don't.
Because plenty of agents do, don't they?
Yeah, we don't. And I also think that we'd be able to generate enough leads to sell our properties.
Okay.
However, the tricky bit is getting enough properties on when everyone is going out and saying, well, they're not on Rightmove, because the consumer thinks incorrectly that the only way their property can be sold is through Rightmove. So until we can educate a consumer to let them believe us that we can actually sell their property without the portals, then we're in a difficult position.
I tell you what you do need to watch. Iain White did a video with Rob Sargent a couple of months back, and he actually went through a scenario and a role play on how to do that.
Yeah.
So boys and girls out there, if you are seriously considering leaving Rightmove, I'm not suggesting whether you should or not, but if you are, you must listen to that video.
Definitely.
And what we'll do is we'll put a link to that video in the write up. Okay. So thank you for your time today, Charlie, and thank you for coming to Grantham to do the videos.
Thank you, Chris. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.